This ring has changed my life and I hope it can change yours too. Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we are discussing all things Ultrahuman. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, everybody knows about health tracker watches, health tracker rings, all these kind of fun advancements in getting to know and understand your body, its rhythms, and all these kinds of things. Things that take months to figure out at a doctor's office, things that if you're training, if you're tracking just your overall health, are like really, really cool and really, really important to know. And now, I'm not an athlete, I'm not a trainer, I am not anyone crazy, I'm just an average everyday lad. And I kept seeing so many people talking about my camera battery. Just died right as we started filming this YouTube video. The ring. They're using it to track their sleep, their menstrual cycle, which is super cool if you're into natural birth control and cycling and stuff. That was one of the features that was super, super cool. And ever since I even had my Ultrahuman ring, which is about 4 or 5 months now, they've come out with so many new and cool features. And I know there's a couple different rings on the market for all kinds of different stuff, but the two biggest ones I feel like are the Ultrahuman and then the Oura ring. And right from the get-go, it is a pretty obvious one for me because the Oura ring, as lovely as it may be, you have to buy the ring, which obviously they're hundreds of dollars, so it's an investment. And then you have to pay a monthly subscription fee on it, which is actually kind of insane to me. Whereas the Ultrahuman ring, nada. No subscription, no nothing. You pay for the ring and then you have full access to the app, all of its features. And I just think that's kind of amazing because I think, let's not get too deep with it, but like in today's society, we all subscribe to so much and yet we own nothing. You know what I mean? Like we could go really deep on this of like, you know, we subscribe to Netflix and all these streaming services, Apple Music, whatever, but then you don't own anything. You know, like back in the day, I used to spend, you know, $1.99 to buy a song and it was my song and I had it forever. But now I listen to everything on Apple Music, but if I ever cancel it, you don't own anything. Yet you've paid hundreds of dollars to have these things, but it's like you're renting them, like you don't own it. And obviously if you bought the Oura ring, you own it, but then you're paying a subscription to use it that like you have to always pay. I just think it's something that is a little crazy, that it is becoming way too prevalent in our society, that again, we're paying for so much yet we own nothing. So just a little food for thought there, which is another reason why I absolutely love the Ultrahuman ring. I mean, Ultrahuman, it already sounds like strong and cool in the first place. I love the vibe. So I chose the space gray metallic silver one, I believe. There are so many different options for like which color that you'd like. I was really between gold and silver, but as you guys know, I wear a lot more silver jewelry than I do gold because I feel like sometimes gold makes me look more pale than I already am. But I feel like the gold ones look so nice too. I'm gonna go get my sizing kit and everything that comes with the Ultrahuman ring in just a little bit to show you guys. I really like the kit that they like. It felt very like cool to get it, receive it. You get to like look at all the stuff and then you get to choose the type of ring that you want. So I was, I think, a humble size 5 or whatever, I don't know if it was 4 or 5. The smallest ring size that they have available fit this finger because this whole finger is small, but it's the biggest finger that I had. Like this one is a little bit bigger, but like the knuckle, it didn't like, this one didn't fit over the knuckle, but then the bigger one went over. I've got like such tiny little fingers and it's something I live with every day. But luckily this one fit. It's supposed to fit snugly and not move around. Like it's got to be a pretty secure fit on your finger, which I personally like. I hate, bugs me when there's like, you know, a ring that moves around a lot on your finger personally, but it needs to be an accurate, like it needs to be touching your skin solidly. It needs to be just like nice and snug on your finger to accurately measure your heart rate. It came super, super quickly. I got the test kit super quickly and then I got the actual ring super quickly as well. And it was so beautiful in the box. I did a little unboxing video, I'm pretty sure, when I got it. It looks so cute, absolutely adorable. And now I say that we go through the app together and we can look at some of the fun things that are available within the Ultrahuman app. This is a very casual review. I'm no review connoisseur. I am just sharing my personal thoughts and feelings on why I love the Ultrahuman ring and how much it's changed my life, and I hope maybe it can change yours too. Right up at the top, we have my cycle tracking. Gasp, gasp. I'm in luteal cycle day 14, always fun. And for me personally, I have been cycle tracking for super long time, and it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I was doing it just like temperature tracking it myself on a calendar, and then I upgraded to natural cycles where you get the thermometer and it tracks it in the app. And then I came across my little Ultrahuman ring, and ever since then I've been using that solely to track my menstrual cycle and as a natural form of birth control as well. Everybody is different. Everyone has different needs for their bodies and everything. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the world right now and women's rights, and you know, you have to do what's best for you. I'm not advising to get off birth control if it makes you safe and you're comfortable with it, but I personally have never been on birth control / liked birth control because of all the side effects and all this kind of stuff. So I've always been a super big advocate for tracking my own cycle and just knowing my body and all that kind of stuff, and the Ultrahuman ring really helps me with that, which I really love. It's been so accurate, and yeah, it's been amazing. So if I click it over here, it gives you like a little rundown and all the different colors of like, so blue is the ovulation phase and it tells you like when you're most fertile, and then the red is the menstrual phase, tracks all that for you, and then we've got the luteal phase and all that kind of stuff. So it gives you like when your next period is due, your next fertile window. So it can be used for like, I think it can be used very accurately for trying to get pregnant and also trying not to get pregnant. Really amazing. So it basically just measures your skin temperature, and that's how it tracks your cycle, which is really cool. And then we have, see right below it, we have activity detected. So I went on a little walkie walk, so I'm gonna add that activity. And so it says the workout time was about half an hour, which is the walk, and it comes up with all kinds of different things. Now it knows automatically for me, I do a lot of outdoor walking with my little dog, B-boy. It tracks, so like it'll detect activity, and then you can add in whatever. So there's outdoor walking, there's household chores, yoga, swimming, and you can search a bunch of stuff too. So I did do outdoor walking as it knows. So I added that workout successfully, and then it tells me all kinds of things like my average heart rate, how many calories I burned, my workout zones. It has so much information, honestly, sometimes that it's overwhelming. Like, you really do have to get to know the app because there's so many cool things that it tracks that like I didn't even know it was doing. So that was my little workout. And then something that it tracks that is really cool and I think has really helped with my sleep and overall well-being is that it tracks your caffeine window based on when you wake up and when you go to sleep. Now, I'm not like a big caffeine person, but I do drink matcha, sometimes a tea on a really risky day, coffee if I'm feeling good, even though you guys know I love my calf lib. So it tracks your caffeine window of like, oh, when would be a good time to start drinking caffeine? When would be a good time to stop drinking caffeine for optimal deep sleep and rejuvenation? And it's just amazing that it does that. So I get these little notifications on my phone being like, your caffeine window is open, and then I get a cute little notification around 3 p.m. I think it is usually for me, that it's like, it's best now to taper off caffeine. Obviously you don't have to listen, live your life, but I love that it gives me like the little reminders throughout the day. And then also up on the top right is the charging. So that's how charged my ring is right now. And it's almost at full charge. For optimal things, kind of like your phone, you're supposed to charge it like a little bit all the time instead of like letting it die and recharging it the whole thing for like battery life. I try to do that. Sometimes I let it die and then I just have to recharge it from the bottom. But again, the app is really great that it sends you notifications like, oh, your ring's at 30%, or oh, your ring is at 20%. So then you know when to charge it. So I love that. And this for me personally, my 77% sleep score, I wake up so excited to see my sleep score because it really is crazy what affects your sleep, and like how this app has helped me like realize like what gives me a good sleep and what gives me a bad sleep. And I really am, it's like a game I play with myself where I'm so determined to get the best sleep that I can. So like anything 80 to 90 and above, I'm living. Oh, look at this, see? Stretch break. It tells me when to move. So we're gonna get up and move my legs. That's very nice of them to remind me to, I don't know what it always says. It's like preventing old age or something, movement, mobility. So yeah, it gives you little notifications like that too. If you've been sitting too long, I was just doing emails before I started filming this video. So thank you, Ultrahuman, for reminding me to move. It's very important, especially when you sit like I do for editing and writing a lot throughout the day. Oh, I'm getting out of breath. See my heart rate. It's just good. It's like a good reminder. So last night I got a 77 sleep score, which is a little low for me personally. I'm not loving that. My sleep duration was 8 hours and 36 minutes, and I got 4 full cycles of sleep. So that's pretty good. So let's go over the sleep index and what was going on. It's actually been a little low lately. That is because I was traveling, and so it was a little all over the place. But so my total sleep time, optimal. My time in bed, 9 hours and 21 minutes. How does it now? So my heart rate drop was at 2:26 a.m. Now this is something that was really interesting for me personally, because I used to go to bed later and I would eat late, but like I'd go to bed pretty late and it was fine. But then I started going to bed a little bit earlier, but still eating later. And then my heart rate drop was really late. And they're like, oh, you need to fix that because it's not as good as it should be. And so when I started eating earlier and then going to bed earlier, it was way better, I guess, for my digestion and all that kind of stuff. So that was really cool to learn and to figure out. So yeah, my sleep efficiency, good. Temperature, optimal. Restfulness needs attention, so if we click over on that, so then it gives you a bunch of things of like suggestions on how to improve it, like if it's something that's like for like a long period not good kind of thing. So restfulness depends on your psychological state as much as your physiological state. Aim to wind down, no more stimulants, don't exercise too close to sleep. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I get like the zoomies before bed and I like do too many things, so that is something to always watch. Yeah, my total sleep optimal, HR drop optimal, timing optimal, restoration time. So my REM last night was not as good, and REM is obviously really important. And I actually got something recently, well not got, but like did this. So my phone goes red light before I go to bed. I try and do that a couple hours before I go to bed, and I try to do it a couple hours in the morning, and I feel like it's really helped. Honestly, my eyes just feel so much better. Like it feels really nice to not have just like bright blue light in your face, especially before bed. So then it shows you your awake time at night, your REM sleep, your light sleep, and your deep sleep. So this is really interesting. Like, you see how I was awake at certain parts throughout the night? Very interesting. And then like it shows you your REM sleep, which is really important. And then it shows you your different sleep cycles, movement, your heart rate, your HR zone, my morning alertness, tosses and turns during sleep. I've never actually seen that before. I have 15 tosses and turns. Interesting. Average oxygen saturation, 99%. Nice. Obviously not the best sleep, but not the worst sleep. I think like the worst sleep I've ever gotten is like a 60, and that was rough. I didn't like that. And then we've got movement. So it tracks your movement for the day, which is really fun because again, I would use it kind of as like a game, and I still kind of do, but especially when I first got it, I was like always trying to improve my steps every single day and get higher and higher movements. So it shows you how many calories you burn in a day also, which is pretty cool to see. And then it shows you your total steps. So like, I don't even like having my phone on me all the time. So it counts my steps for me without having my phone on me. Cause you know how like your phone counts your steps when it's moving. But again, my movement has gone way up from when I was traveling because I really wasn't walking around a lot, but 77%, not too bad. We've gone on just like one walk, probably gonna go on like another one a little bit later with little B-boy. Workout efficiency, it shows you, all that kind of stuff. Frequency. Yeah, I find it pretty cool to get like a very accurate, because sometimes like even I'll be shopping like in a mall or something, or like you're doing a lot of stuff around the house and you don't realize how many steps you get in a day. It's actually a lot more than you think sometimes. Then we have our stress rhythm. Now this was very cool to see. I don't consider myself a very like stressed person. This app has kind of shown me that I'm really not, because most of the day I am relaxed. Like there's even times where I'm just sitting and the app will ask me if I'm sleeping. Like it thinks that I'm so relaxed. He's like, did you take a quick nap? No. I'm just sitting. But that's really cool to see. So it gives you the top one in the red is stress. Second one is stimulated. And then it's like how much you're relaxed. And then your active sympathetic activation. So it gives you like a full day kind of like thing where you can see. And it is fun to look at, like if I went through something stressful and I like remember, oh, that was around like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can literally look back and you can see like, wow, you can see that, oh, I was stressed in that moment. It's really cool to just kind of like know your body and like what's going on, and it to like reiterate to you like, oh, that is going on, or like you're not crazy, like that is how you felt, or whatever. And I know some people have used these rings to get like accurate things that like a doctor wouldn't even believe them, but they come in with results to a doctor being like, look, this is proving like what I'm saying is right. So it's really cool to have like power over your own health, you know what I mean? And then we've got sympathetic recovery, all kinds of just really fun stuff that you can just deep dive into. And then it's the cycle tracking down here, and below that we've got my circadian rhythm. Very, very fun. So it tells you when the best time to get light in the morning for your circadian rhythm, and then when the best time is to like, again, taper off of blue light and all that kind of stuff to actually get a good deep sleep, which is so important. Sleep is like literally the most important thing for your health, right? And then also, it's so cool because it reads your body's signals, and it is literally predicted 2 times now before I was gonna get sick. And it was right. It was like, oh, we sense your body temperature change. I'm like, are you about to get sick? And then we have our heart rate monitor and our cardio age. Now it's funny, so I have a cardio age of 20, but I'm 26, so just gonna live forever or something. But it's funny, when I wasn't exercising so much while I was away, because I was visiting my grandparents, we weren't rock climbing, we were just hanging out all together, and my cardio age went up to 23 because I wasn't like moving as much. And so I think it really is based on like what you're doing during the day and like how much you're moving and all that kind of stuff, which is really fun to see. And then you've got SMART goals that you can like track all kinds of different things, steps, active hours. So again, it kind of like is like a little game with yourself. And there's breath work within the app and workouts within the app, which is really cool. So if like you're feeling very stressed, boom, do some breath work. You know, if you need to move around a little bit more, boom. Yeah, deep breathing. They have so many cool ones. And then you've got the plugins, which are also really, really cool. So like a plugin was the cycle tracking, and then they've got like vitamin D, screen time. Oh, I wanted to try that. I heard that they just dropped something like that it will tell you your ideal time to get up when you're actually going to be refreshed, which is so cool, because you know, like sometimes you're like, oh, I slept 10 hours and I still don't feel good, or like I slept 3 hours and I feel great, but like it's going to track. I want to get that actually. Wake me up when I reach, I want to get 90. Very cool. Wow, you guys just witnessed some history right there. So yeah, that's like the overview of most of the things that I use during the day. Then there's other stuff within the app too. So they have things that are coming soon, a glucose sensor thing, all this kind of stuff. Then there's the zones that I think you can share with your friends. I wish I had cool friends that had Ultrahuman rings too. I don't have very many cool friends, but you can set up zones with your friends and I guess share information, sleep score, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. Then we have movement and breathing. So this is just like a discover page where there's like, again, workouts and meditations, and like there's so much in this app that it's like you could just spend hours playing around and having fun. I feel like it is everything you could want in a smart ring and more. And I feel so lucky and fortunate to have one. I think it is so cool. I love it. It's like both fun and functional, all wrapped in one. It's super cute. I love it. It's like a very cute little piece of jewelry. Like I'm vibing it. And I have these cute stackable rings that I can show you guys that I stack on that gives it just like an even better vibe, which is super fun. If I want to like class it up a little bit, look a little more fancy, but on the day-to-day, it's just me and my ring. And when I don't have it on, I feel kind of like naked without it. So if you guys want to pick up one of your very own Ultrahuman rings, I do have a discount code for you guys, which is super fun. I believe the code is Megan10, and with that code you can get 10% off your purchase, which is super cool. And I think it takes it down from like, I want to say like 340 to 314 or something. So it's like a good chunk off. And you too could have a fun little Ultrahuman ring to do whatever your heart desires with. Again, if you're an athlete or if you're just a day-to-day little average Joe like me that just loves to know more about your body and how it works and tracking your menstrual cycle, all that kind of stuff, I highly recommend it. It has changed the game for me. So I'll put all my information down below, the code and like a link I think I have to the website that like automatically applies the code. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I'll try and answer them to the best of my abilities. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.